Hi there. I'm so thankful you're joining in on our Threads of Connection activity. This simple paper craft is designed for intermediate skill levels. As you create your paper weaving, I hope you are reminded that when we come together, we are better able to see the bigger picture, a picture pieced together by love, joined by caring, and made stronger by faith. Let's get to it. All you need is several pieces of 8.5 by 11 paper, scissors, a writing utensil, a ruler, and glue. The first step is to choose the paper you'll use for your loom, what you'll be weaving on. Fold this piece of paper in half, making sure the edges line up at the top. Next, turn your folded paper to the left so that the fold is on the right and the opening is on the left. Now we will map out and finalize the design. Using your ruler and writing utensil, measure 1/2 inch in from the edge and make a mark. Then continue this at the top and the bottom. These marks will be your guide to ensure you have a straight line that is 1/2 inch from the edge. Line up your ruler with the marks and draw a line. Rotate the paper again, keeping the line at the top and the fold at the bottom. Following the same method as your first line, measure 1/2 inch in from the edge, using 3 guide marks. Use your ruler as your straight edge and draw a line down to the fold. Continue this process every 1/2 inch until you get to the other side of the paper. Now that you have your guidelines, use your scissors to cut the lines until you reach the top line. Be sure to keep your cuts nice and straight. Once your cutting is complete, open up your paper and you have a loom. Time for your other piece or pieces of paper. I'm using double-sided craft paper with 2 different designs so I can alternate my weaving patterns. If you chose multiple sheets of paper, stack the paper before folding and cutting so you can cut the paper at the same time. To save time on cutting, you'll fold your paper in half and then rotate it. Using your ruler and writing utensil, mark and measure the same way you did for your loom, every 1/2 inch. Then rotate the paper again, match up your marks, and draw your lines. Using your scissors, cut each strip out as straight as possible to avoid any jagged edges. And now it's time to start weaving. Before we begin, notice that there's a 1/2 inch border around the loom. This means you'll need to alternate your patterns to maintain that border. For the first 6 rows, we'll weave a basic pattern that alternates under, over, and then the opposite, over, under, until you reach the other side of your loom. For the second row, make sure you go under 2, then over 1, then under 1, and so on until you reach the end, where you'll go under 2 to finish that row. As you finish each weave, slide your paper towards the edge to keep it nice and tight. For the middle 6 rows, you're going to change it up a bit. Using your paper strip, you'll weave under 4 and then over 3, under 3, over 3, until you reach the end when you'll weave under 4. For the next strip, you'll go under 1, over 3, under 3, and so on. Do this 4 more times until you've reached 6 lines. Changing up the pattern emphasizes the diversity that weaves throughout a tapestry, yet still maintains a unified design, much like the body of Christ. After those weaves are complete, finish the remaining 6 rows the same way you began, alternating under one over one, making sure that you also switch it up and go under 2 over 1 to maintain your 1/2 inch border. Once your entire loom is filled, put on the finishing touches and place a dot of glue on the bottom of each strip to hold them in place. And finally, I encourage you to display your paper weaving as a symbol of your faith and joy. I hope you enjoy this activity and that it inspires you to seek out more ways to give hope and show love, one stitch, one piece, or one patch at a time.